Hi, Susan Batchelder here with Zelemia TV. Today's video is about Hangouts on air, specifically your first one. So you've been invited onto the panel of a Google Hangout and you've never been on one before. Possibly you've never recorded your own video for the purposes of uploading it online. That's what I'm going to talk about. This topic is just one of the topics that's very near and dear to my own heart. And I'm going to tell you a bit of why. And as I tell you why and what I progressed through to get myself on Hangouts now, probably around the 300 mark, parts of that story will resonate with you. And then I will add kind of some extra tips and strategies and maybe some ideas to help ease your wondering, your query, your hesitation, and maybe even a little bit of fear on Google Hangouts. I'll try to keep it short and sweet because I know we all have a lot that we like to accomplish in a day, and your time is valuable, and mine is as well. Now, just 2 years ago, I still had a real discomfort. I would actually call it a near phobia of fear. And I don't like to exaggerate, so that is definitely not going overboard to describe it. I've never been comfortable even being in just snapshot pictures. I've always, tried to steer my way out of any sort of picture taking. I loved taking pictures of other people, always, all my life. And then, of course, once my babies came, I took a ton of pictures of my babies, not very often with me. I was always on the other side of the camera. Even when the big camcorders came out, I was the one doing the video recording, and I didn't even like to speak because there's that realization or that getting comfortable with hearing how different your voice sounds when it's recorded. And especially on a video, it sounds like it's not your own. So this video discomfort was a little bit of a thing to get over, and not just that normal kind of not being comfortable on video, but when I first came online, I had to also overcome the fact that I still sometimes completely forget what I'm saying right in the middle of it, or if I talk too long, my jaw muscles and facial muscles will spasm and my neck will spasm, and then I just have to either ignore the fact that my face will look different or my one eye will look only half open, and then of course the pain distracts me from my thoughts. So that was also another thing holding me back, and that's all due to my nerve damage. So there was two specific people that helped me get over that fear, or really like push past it. I'm going to tell you those two stories because that will make a big difference, and that will also kind of explain why I'm so determined to help other people get past their video fear, because the efforts of those two incredible, powerful ladies made the world of a difference to me. So by the time I had these moments with these two ladies in separate instances, I had already realized that video marketing was going to be key in my own marketing business. It was going to be really important. And I mean, 2 years ago, video marketing wasn't as huge as it is now. But it was still very obvious that video was going to be key, and I definitely follow along with the concept of wholehearted marketing and attempting in every angle possible to humanize all communication, to connect with people more, and improve and build on relationships by humanizing every angle of my business. And it has actually escalated my business and continues to, the more that I engage in it. Definitely beneficial. Much of my business comes from my videos, my set videos with just me talking, the videos that I make, slide share, or just sharing my screen, or any of the videos, but any kind of connecting, but usually with this kind of eye contact, storytelling with the facts embedded in it. And then the Hangout concept is a whole nother ballgame, because you have multiple people on the panel and you're discussing things. Sometimes there's some aha moments and some real golden value that comes about within the discussion that would not be created and cannot be replicated by just somebody talking like this on a video. So the Hangout is definitely key and worth your time to get past it and get comfortable in engaging in it. So here's my effort. Now, I said I was going to tell you those stories. I'm going to go back to that. So the very first one was, I watched, I think, I can't remember exactly which came first. I think it was the call. It was a Monday night regular weekly call that I heard Christina speak on, and then she came on a Hangout. But it was the call that really kind of caught my breath. And I realize I'm talking about video here, and this was a call, but it was the specific incident and how it happened that gave me some courage. And then when I watched her Hangout, yeah, I'm sure that's the order that it came in. Then when I watched her Hangout, it just sealed the deal. So I'm not sure if you know of Christina Manaz, but this is the lady that I'm speaking of. So she has a similar situation to me. She also has nerve damage that causes just excruciating, debilitating pain. Hers is in a different spot. Hers is in her lower back, and mine is in my upper neck, just right here. But nerve damage, like nerve pain, is nerve pain. It's just depending on where it is and how it affects you. So that's what she has, and she was, for the first time ever, she was on the Monday night call, and she was, as she was speaking, right in the middle of a thought, she lost her, completely lost her intention or where she was going. And we all do that under normal circumstances. We just get distracted and the thought leaves. But unless you've really been in the situation where it's either a painkiller or narcotic kicks in, it kind of just gives you a bit of a wow, pow, and it literally numbs your thoughts. Like, they're just gone all of a sudden. Or the other thing that will do that is you get a shooting, sharp kind of electrical pain from this nerve pain, and that same thing happens. So it's not just that you got distracted and it just takes you a minute to think of it, or maybe it's even gone, but it's another factor that brings it. And along with that comes, you have to deal with that discomfort, and it feels stressful. It just, you're kind of, you feel like something has been taken from you. So she just said, she was brave enough to just say that that's what happened. And the thing that made this whole situation come to a magical level was David Wood, hosting the call, said, "No worries. Don't you worry at all. We'll just wait for you." And that might not seem like a big thing, but it's huge. It's huge that she wasn't judged, she was accepted, and the moment was embraced to lift her up rather than increase her, discomfort, or, feeling silly because the thought was gone and whatever she was dealing with. So yeah, she did, and she carried on. So that was a huge moment that I will never forget. at all, ever. Then the next one was, it was one of the first times that she had been able to sit up for long enough to record a video. So she sat up and recorded her video, and she was so excited to, be sitting up talking and recording a video. And because some of us had already made that connection with her, messaging back and forth and such, and to see her and me knowing, literally knowing what you have to go through to that preparation to get yourself in the right mind and energy space while you're in pain or while you were in pain, and then to sit up and record that video, and how exciting it was to see her on that video and the effort that she took. And I just thought to myself, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. I can do it. There was yet another right around the same time where she recorded and she didn't get up. She just stayed laying on her comfort position was on her belly, and she just recorded like that. And then I thought, oh, well, maybe I can do that, because most of the time I work I have to be laying on my back on my special mattress, special pillow, and I have my laptop with me. So I started thinking. Now, it was months before I actually started recording, but it planted a seed, a really powerful, special seed that has since then grown into a really huge tree that is reaching out to many, and I don't take that lightly. So that's really cool. I mean, I try not to record laying down, but I have probably about 50 videos that I just really wanted to record my message, and I went ahead and hung down. I've done lots of working Hangouts or video Skype calls, and just laid down. I just explained to whoever I was working with, I just can't get up right now, but I didn't want to cancel on you, so here I am, and let's carry on. And so we do. So that's Christina Manas. I was so moved. I actually, one of the very first videos I ever recorded was just privately for her, thanking her. And that was kind of my push to get going. And also, I believe in sharing gratitude where it's deserved, and letting someone know when something that they've done or said has helped you. So that's what I did there. Then to actually get onto the Hangout, I was still having trouble. I did a few that were not recorded, and yeah, I was still working through that, and this is months later now. Like, we're probably talking about 4 or 5 months later. I was invited onto a panel Hangout, and there was going to be, a full Hangout, 10 of us, and we were going to be talking to a leader, and it was all planned out that there was, Erica was hosting and organizing it, and then there was Layla Black, and she was the leader that we were allowed one question. The other 8 of us on the panel had one question that we were to ask Layla, and she would answer it. So just as it worked out, and this was I think it was about an hour long, and I was the last one and to ask the question. And the whole time, literally, my palms are sweating, just sitting on and knowing that my picture is in that little corner. I was really uncomfortable, really uncomfortable. My mouth was dry. So it came time for my question, and I felt like I was talking with marbles in my mouth. I was really nervous. It's just how we all feel when we're nervous and anxious. And so my question was, because Layla Black is very confident, and she's social media and video has been a huge part of her and her husband's success online, and continues to be. She's just great at it, and her confidence is just really, it's wonderful. It's just wonderful. So my question was, were you always like this? How did this come to be? You know, like that craving of, just give me a little something it's a big vague question maybe, and I had no idea what the answer was going to be. But how did you get this confidence? How did you get to be so, comfortable on camera and out there in social media? Even just making a post on Facebook or putting my pictures up on Facebook really made me uncomfortable. Layla did the most wonderful, heartfelt, powerful response that anyone has ever offered to me on video. And she paused for a minute and she repositioned herself and she came right up to the camera and she looked right into the camera and she said, I layered it. Each compliment, each time it turned out, each good thing that happened, each small success, I layered it and I built up on my confidence. That's not word for word what her response was, but that's essentially it. The key word there is layering. So the comfort and the confidence does not come overnight. And I'm still layering mine. I'm still working on mine. I have times where I can just talk, and I've set my, that's one thing that I really try to do beforehand, is just set a clear intention. Who am I talking to and what really is my message? And then I just let the words flow, and sometimes they flow right and sometimes they don't. I don't focus on word for word what I want to say. I don't script anything. I think about who I'm talking to and the message that I really want to deliver them. And so sometimes that works fine. Sometimes I'm still really nervous, especially if I'm hosting, and I do love hosting Hangouts. If I'm hosting a Hangout with maybe different people on the panel, and I'm not really sure how it's going to go, or another thing that really kind of just interrupts my comfort is if, as everybody's coming on the panel, before we hit record, if everybody's talking about different things and the conversation is going here and there and everywhere, then I allow that to let me lose my calm, or my focus on that intention that I wanted to deliver, and then I get kind of all nervous again. So I'm still working on it, and you know what? It's not even 2 years yet. In the fall it will be. So it's not quite 2 years. It's just over the 1.5 years that I've been doing video. I have had the privilege of helping many, many people come onto their first Google Hangout. So I absolutely love doing that. And that's why this topic is really close to my heart, because it was a bit of a struggle for me. I chose to reach out to others who are either just first time and just a little bit like, oh, I don't know what to do, or no, I can't come on the Hangout with you. Either way, I absolutely love helping people get past that, because it's almost like once you step over that first big crack, or once you take up that first step up, you can see the rest of the stairway. That's really truly what it is, because I've gone on to do many. I remember, I should mention one more person that was really pivotal, and I love doing training. I love teaching. I've been teaching, training, and coaching essentially all my life, and I really love doing it in my nursing career, but to do it in this online arena was pretty scary to record it. So my very first one, I asked Ken Picard to join me and to help me host this. So he was the person that, so I did it was talking about Yahoo Pipes and syndicating your content with Yahoo Pipes. And so I did the presentation and showed all my stuff, and then he was the onlooker, 10,000-foot view. Okay, if I'm listening to this, then do you want to just zoom in on this, or just explain this a little bit more? Or he'd come up with a specific question. And just having his presence there made that very first training so much easier. And when I had totally missed something because of my nervousness or anxiety, then he would pick it up by asking me that question. So hats off to Ken Picard, and I've gone on to record, I think we did about 47 social media and blogging how-to training videos with the dynamic trio and Christina Aston. So that turned into something huge as well. It's just that first step. So don't be afraid to take that first step. You don't have to do it right. You just have to do it you. And somebody is going to resonate with you on the other side of that camera. So I said I was going to keep this short, and I think I've gone on and on. If this is like zoned in on something specific, do please share that with me. Your feedback is incredibly valuable to me. I know that I have provided value in this Hangout video for many people who are either just starting within Google Hangouts or video or have never done it before. So you your thumbs up, your subscribe to my channel, and your feedback will be very much appreciated. And I will see you on the next video. Again, it's Susan Batchelder with Zelemia TV.